Hello there, humans. How's it going? Just a quick little recap here from the Future Omega. We are talking about Mufasa. I know it's super late, but I really wanted to push it aside because I wasn't interested, but we gotta talk about it because it is animation. If you're here for just the opinion, this is not a good movie for me. I do not recommend it. It's a solid 2 out of 10 or a DF. It's just not great. I did not enjoy this as much as I really thought I would, even though I did appreciate some of the casting in this and some of their interactions and voiceovers. But overall, this was not worth my time. And if you enjoyed this, let me know down below. If not, tell me why. All that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know it. That's the TODR that you want to know. There it is. If you want to hear me and Apathy and Contempt talk about it, please continue. Thank you again for hanging out, and see you at the end of the video. I guess where do we begin is the real is like that's the honest thing to really say. Like, where do we begin?
I don't know. Let's ask Rafiki.
This
Where
was
did it all begin?
Rafiki.
Where did it all begin?
Aside for feeling like an actual fanfic, this movie has no meaning to exist. I completely stand by what I said. This movie is a mistake. It does nothing. It's supposed to give you his story, right? You're supposed to learn Mufasa's backstory and Scar's real story and why he did whatever, but it kind of just comes off as like the dude's a coward. And that's an insult because Scar in the OG is a conniving bastard. You know he's smart and he knows when to play his cards. Even his songs are the same way. He was a badass actually, although albeit very like, you know, he's kind of like sassy.
Cunning.
Yeah,
I'd say he was, yeah, because like he wasn't feared for his strength. He was feared for his
wit.
cunning. Yeah,
This was him being like, I'm a coward. I let my brother win because that's what we do. Like, all right, cool. And I guess him being lost is, I guess that was fine. Like the story, I didn't really mind it. I thought it was okay. But the way they were trying to build you this narrative of they were brothers, they had to leave their hive because the white pack came in because they were like, what you mentioned, there's like an extinct race of white mountain lions. I guess that's what they took inspiration from. Cool. That whole chasing him down, him seeing his girl get stolen because he met a girl on the way, and him becoming bad, quote unquote. It's really tropey. And the whole premise is what? He's supposed to be misunderstood or something, I guess, is like the feeling I started to get. But at the end of it all, he almost got everybody killed again. But what the fuck? Maybe I'm misreading it, because I went in blind to this movie, but I ended up believing Scar is still Scar, and Mufasa is still Mufasa. So then why do we need this movie except that this is how they found their land and he found his way back home? Because they tried to do this lost family trope. They end up dying and this Scooby-Doo chase and betrayal. And then he got his scar by trying to save his brother again, that was so obvious.
yeah. That setup was kind of meh. I called it while we were watching it. Like
I was feeling it, but I was like, nah. Nah, they wouldn't make that. That's too obvious. Even for Disney, that's like so obvious. Nope, they did it. It was like, don't kill my brother. I didn't kill him, you killed him. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the way the animals were, I just couldn't. It was too uncanny. I didn't like it. And then
That was very distressing. I agree.
the fact that like they couldn't hold expressions either. Like you couldn't feel what they were saying. You heard what they were saying, but then you look over and you try to see what they were feeling, and it's like I have no, no connection.
There's
to
no
these guys.
actual feeling. That was my complaint with the first one. They were like, oh bro, you don't understand. Lion King, it's a cinematic marvel. It looks so good. Watches it. Bro, they look like discount, Planet Earth characters that are singing. Disney. What is this? I don't understand this. This is the equivalent of, instead of going to Walmart, the meme is we have Lion King at home, bro, so good just to go to home. This is literally, we have Lion King at HEB. It's nicer, but you know it's still somewhat of a discount in some situations, and this is part of that discount bin. It's a nicer one. Why watch this when we could have just watched the original Lion King, which is arguably just not even arguably. It's just it's like factually correct. It's better for all ages. Animation is beautiful. Music is beautiful. It still holds up all these decades. And then you get this one, which just doesn't even feel right. I didn't care for anything. I cared a little bit, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. When they started doing the emotional stuff. But that's probably more in part because of the VAs doing their job. But when you look at the characters and their mouths, it was not exactly expressing, but you can still feel it in their voices. So props to the voices, yes, fantastic work. But the characters, they just don't look right to me. They just still don't. I just have that uncanny valley still. And maybe it's because you and me both grew up watching Animal Planet. I still feel like this is weird.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Animals' faces couldn't contort to make the smiling or sad, somber, or any of the emotions they were trying to depict.
It was honestly, what makes it even worse is that I don't know. I haven't done my homework to it, but I'm pretty sure the locations are all CGI as well. And in some parts, you can tell it just all looks wrong. It just looks off, just flat out. Maybe we're poking too much into it. Fine, you can dock us for that, but I'll give it its props where it's due. The music for the most part was nice. I did like that. The animation, I didn't like it. This happy realistic crap, get it away from me.
Yeah,
I know some people bled. I know you can give them the respects, but dude, it's just not, it ain't working.
I just kept focusing on that part. I didn't even care for the rest of the movie. The uncanny part of the animals, it just ugh.
I think the worst offender. No, go on.
And how like some of the monkeys were standing and they made them too realistic to where it's like that doesn't work. They can't stand. If you're gonna be super hyper realistic and then have them stand with these weird, jointed bodies, it's just like that doesn't work. It worked in the animation because Rafiki's slinky and long, and it's just like, yeah, that makes sense. But as an actual mandrill, his hips can't allow him to stand like that.
Wait a minute. That's not anatomically correct. Hold on.
Yeah, it's so awkward. Like, that's all I can fixate on is just the awkwardness of it looks real, but it doesn't act real. And I get, but if you're gonna be like that, lions can't sing or talk. And I'm like, I get that's the Disney part of it, the imagination.
But you're showing us a hyper-realistic movie.
Yeah, it's just awkward. It's an awkward collaboration between real and fake.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the worst offenders in this, because I mentioned that the VA was amazing. Timon and Pumbaa were garbage. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
You could have literally deleted them from the whole movie except for the intro, and I would not have cared.
Yeah,
they have no charm.
No charisma, not as cute as the animation. Pumbaa looks ugly, as a warthog would, and that is what you're sacrificing. The connection to a lovable oaf character.
They should have replaced his VA, dude.
You stripped that and gave us some ugly warthog that literally lives in dirt and feces.
I was expecting to roll up a blunt and just talk and laugh, like, oh yeah. I can't get. He's using his regular voice, and I just like can't get over it. I'm sorry. I know this isn't a critique. I'm like actually shooting shots, but like, bro, that didn't work. That did not work. It didn't work then. It doesn't work right now. I hate it. I don't like him as him. Like, please, anybody else, garbage. That alone just made it annoying. Whenever they did the flashbacks, like, oh, now we're back to the present day. But what do you mean he got lost? Yeah, man. Now we have to do a witty joke here. Haha, slapstick humor. Kill me. They try too hard with them. The movie's just not it. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a genuine waste of time.
It feels like all the Disney ones kind of are.
I understand the first one as a remake, a remastering, which people argued and whatever you want to say. But making this literal fanfic movie, to fill in Mufasa's backstory, to give us Scar's backstory, which kind of did nothing for anybody. I'm gonna be honest with you, except people who want to know it. And you know,
Who was asking though?
that's what I was gonna say. Like,
Honestly.
if you ask for this, if this is in a book that I in a VHS anything, let me know down below, because I didn't care for this, or maybe it's just because it was executed the way it was. Straight up, you could have never seen this movie. Watch Lion King 2.5 on VHS DVD, and you would have gotten some more entertaining from that.
Yeah.
At least those were made with some care and love. This, I honestly feel like I wasted my time. And this movie came out mid-December, and I'm barely talking about it now, and I still didn't want to watch it. I pushed it back so far, and I know it's the meta. You have to watch it right after it comes out. I know, but god dang it, I didn't want to. I didn't want to do it. This gets a fail for me. I can't even be nice about this. The wholesome parts with Mufasa and the wife are cool. The VAs, they did really good jobs. AI Earl Jones was not as cringe. It was, I guess, okay. I know, don't crucify me for that, but you can miss this movie. It's like, it gets a 2 out of 10 for me, just because of the VAs did work who were part of this, except for Timon and Pumbaa. I don't like those guys.
Yeah.
I can't even call it mid. I know some people are saying it's mid, but like, nah, this isn't mid. At least mid, you can rewatch it. I'm never gonna rewatch this again.
No, I agree with that. It's just the whole animal thing is just weird, and the realism thing is weird. Like when I think of Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar, all those companies that I grew up with watching, I normally don't care for fantasy stuff, but those are the OGs that I would look forward to every release, so I can escape my
Day-to-day
tough, yeah, like my rough and tough mentality of screw the world, right? I would just go watch those, wind down, hang out with my kids or friends who want to watch them, and just remember the good old times. But I can't even do that nowadays, and I think that's the biggest takeaway of anything Disney. Like it just sucks that I can't have those moments that my family had with me, or when I would spend the night at my grandma's and all we had was VHS. They didn't have cable, and I watched all the Disney stuff with my aunt, because she owned the VHSs, and it was like something we did when I would go over. It was a ritual. You can't do that now because the kids are bored, they walk away from it. I tried showing my daughter Moana 2 and stuff, and she just doesn't care.
Damn, she walked away.
Yeah, these movies don't attract the kids, and you can't have that family time. They're meh.
Have you heard of Puzzle and Sling? You know, it's a really cool indie animation piece.
Yeah, that too. Like the glitch stuff she watches repeatedly every day, but she's never asking for, oh, put on the Moana song or something. Like, she don't care about that, man.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's what it is. It is still garbage. If you like this movie, and if you're still watching us, subscribe and follow, all that good stuff. But let me know why you liked it. Straight up. Like, I gotta hear something positive, because if the only thing I can say is the VAs, most of the VAs were good in their parts, that's not exactly a great thing to just say like, oh wow, this is a big movie, look at this, and that's the only compliment. That's pretty bad. That's really bad. There you go. 2 out of 10. It's an F. Where's my super F?
Good news, Turner. You've taken F to a new level. I'm going to give you a super F.
Super F from Crocker.
Yeah.
Ay, get out of here. We need to go watch something good.
Quando?